Welcome to Talking Art Encyclopedia. Join me as we explore the world of art, from the classics to contemporary works. Subscribe now and let's start the conversation. There are some works of art that are worth seeing even if they are on the other side of the world. We have compiled portraits that are important in terms of art history and that you can travel for. Some of the most iconic works of art in world history are waiting for art enthusiasts in different cities and art galleries around the world. We have put together the most important pieces that any art lover must see. Portrait of Adele Bloch-Bauer I, Nui Gallery, New York. Portraits that art lovers must see. Ferdinand Bloch-Bauer, a close friend of the artist, asked Gustav Klimt to paint his wife Adele Bloch-Bauer as a gift for their wedding anniversary. According to rumors, there was a special closeness between Klimt and Adele, and some symbols in the painting are said to represent this love. As mentioned above, the traces of both Klimt's father's gold craftsmanship and the Byzantine mosaic portrait tradition can be seen in the painting. Portrait of King Henry VIII, Thyssen-Bornemisza Museum, Madrid. Portraits that art lovers must see. German painter Hans Holbein is famous for his impartial portraits of people from the palace environment. In this work, Holbein was asked to showcase the king's wealth and power. Therefore, the portrait is portrayed like a showy jewel display case in the style of Spanish court portrait painters. Girl with a pearl earring, Mauritshuis, The Hague. Portraits that art lovers must see. Girl with a pearl earring, which is considered by many to be the Mona Lisa of the North, was painted by 17th-century German painter Johannes Vermeer. Although this portrait may seem quite simple at first glance, it is actually quite mysterious. While the main character is only seen wearing a pearl earring, speculation about the girl's identity ranges from being Vermeer's mistress to being one of his 15 children. The golden color of the girl's hair, the blue ribbon that contrasts with her dress, and the darkness of the background all work together to bring light to the painting. This famous work, created around 1665, can be seen at the Mauritshuis Gallery in Holland. Madame X, Metropolitan Museum, New York. Portraits that art lovers must see. In this work painted by John Singer Sargent, we see Virginie Amélie Avegno-Gautreau, the wife of Pierre Gautreau, one of the leading figures in French high society. In this painting, which the painter called "I think the best thing I have ever done," Gautreau's indescribable beauty and careless indifference are displayed. Sargent emphasizes her bold personality by showing the dress strap that falls from Gautreau's shoulder. However, the work was criticized after being displayed at the Salon de Paris. The fallen dress strap was not considered acceptable by French society at the time. Later, under pressure from the Gautreau family, whose identity was revealed, the painter corrected the strap's position. Marilyn Diptych, Tate Modern, London. Portraits that art lovers must see. This work, signed by Andy Warhol, is the most expensive artwork of the 20th century. It consists of 50 portraits of Marilyn side by side and top to bottom. The work is divided into two sections. Each section is a 5 by 5 grid of repeated 25 squares, forming a single 5 by 10 grid. When evaluating this work, art critics claim that Warhol refers to Monroe's famous and colorful life before her death as well as her disappearance after it. The piece is exhibited at Tate Modern in London. Self-portrait with bandaged ear, the Courtauld Gallery, London. Portraits that art lovers must see. Vincent van Gogh often reflected his emotional state in his self-portraits. We see the same situation in Self-Portrait with Bandaged Ear. The artist cut off his own ear due to his jealousy during a tense night he spent with Gauguin. Just 2 weeks after this incident, he painted this self-portrait with a bandaged ear. It is believed that the artist created this work to prove to doctors that he did not need to be hospitalized in a mental institution. Marie Theresa Kuti, Private Collection. Portraits that art lovers must see. This work, painted by the world-famous founder of the Cubism movement, Pablo Picasso, in 1932, has been interpreted as a lyrical tribute to the desires he felt for Marie-Therese Walter. Walter's enthusiasm and skill as a swimmer, her grace in water, deeply impressed Picasso, who could never learn to swim, and this work emerged. Mona Lisa, Louvre Museum, Paris. Portraits that art lovers must see. Mona Lisa, the most famous work of Leonardo da Vinci, was commissioned by Francesco del Giocondo as a portrait of his wife, Lisa del Giocondo. The 16th-century oil painting was made using the painting technique sfumato, which aims to create a soft effect by blending tones into each other. The painting is still exhibited at the Louvre Museum in Paris. Birth of Venus, Uffizi Gallery, Florence. Portraits that art lovers must see. The painting, made by Botticelli between 1485 to 1487, depicts the birth of the goddess Venus from the sea. No one knows where it was first displayed, but it is known to have been commissioned by the Medici family of Florence. The work also stands out as the most reproduced artwork of all time. The Scream, National Gallery, Oslo. Portraits that art lovers must see. The Scream, which is part of Edvard Munch's Expressionist series, is one of the most famous works in the history of art. The painting, which has a Norwegian landscape in the background, depicts a screaming figure symbolizing the torments of modern life. There are 4 versions of the painting made between 1893 to 1910. 2 of them are exhibited at the National Gallery in Oslo, one at the Munch Museum in the same city. The 4th version, the oldest from 1893 that fetched $120 million at an auction in 2012, is on display at the National Gallery, having been stolen in 1994 and recovered several months later. Another version was stolen from the Munch Museum in 2004 and recovered in 2006. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. See you in the next one.